If you've been following this channel for the past few months, then you probably already know about the H&Y RevoRing. I've been doing a lot of videos about this one and testing it out in many different scenarios. Well, in this video, let me show you how H&Y just expanded the idea of the Revo Ring into a whole nother filter system. So this is the all-new H&Y Swift system, and I know it does look quite like a lot. So this will be part overview / demonstration as well as a review of this new filter system. Now, what is the purpose of this filter system? Basically, H&Y wants you to just have one way of mounting all your filters to all your different lenses, whether you're shooting video or photo. Now, of course, the foundation of all of these is the H&Y RevoRing. Now, if you're not familiar, this is a variable sized filter thread. You just turn it like this, and the thread basically contracts to be able to fit your lenses. Now, there are different ranges for these lenses. For example, this is the 67 to 82 millimeter size. So all my lenses with filter sizes from 67 to 82, which is technically all the lenses I have, can be used with this. Now, H&Y is actually releasing this through Kickstarter, and you can check that out on the link below. However, I will not be reviewing this based on the sets that they offer, but instead the many different choices that you can use the Revo Ring system and the Swift system with. So let's get right into it. Of course, you have quite a few options in terms of the Revo Ring itself. You can use the bare adapter, which means that this is just an adapter without any filters. So just as I showed you, this can fit 67 to 82. Now, another alternative, of course, is the variable ND filter with CPL combination. So with this one, you actually already have up to 10 stops of an ND filter, as well as a circular polarizer. So already so much in one layer. Another option, of course, is the Revo Ring CPL, which is basically a circular polarizer on your first layer. For example, we want to use the bare adapter. Okay, we're good. Now, the next layer for this one can either be your drop-in filter rack or the bridge ring. Now, the drop-in filter rack goes right here. And of course, you can use any of the drop-in circular filters. And for example, this one is the ND64 plus CPL right here. Another option is to use the bridge ring. Now, the bridge ring actually does not have any slots for any filters. Right there. And the next layer that it can have, let me get this one out of the way, is this collapsible lens hood. So this is actually something you can use when you're shooting through glass if you want to avoid reflections. For example, shooting cityscapes out of a hotel room. That's the most basic use that I can see for this one. At the same time, you can also use the bridge ring with the square filter holder. And of course, you can use this with square filters or with GNDs. So that's one of the possible combinations. Now, of course, with the bare adapter, you can also use the drop-in filter rack and make use of the square filter holder as well as a GND or a square ND filter. Now, another possible combination, of course, with the VND CPL as well as the clip-on ND filter, then you can also make use of the bridge ring right here and a GND. If you don't want to use a GND, you can take that out, maybe use another filter, or you can take that out. And if you want to do really long exposures, say you're doing around 6 stops on the VND plus another 8.5 stops on the clip-on filter, then you can use the bridge ring. And if you need a hood, then you're good. Of course, another option is to use the Revo Ring CPL without an ND filter. You can have that as your adapter, and you can use the bridge ring and you can use the square filter holder, and if you want, you can use a square ND filter or a GND. Now, of course, just like any other system, there are limitations. And basically, when we use the Revo Ring with all of these attachments, there can be a vignette when it comes to ultra-wide angle lenses, which is a common issue or limitation with filter systems. So H&Y actually came up with an alternative to the Revo Ring in case you need it for ultra-wide angle lenses. Of course, this is very easily compatible with your standard zoom lenses, your normal primes, with your telephoto lenses. We're only talking about, in terms of the limitation, ultra-wide angle lenses. For example, the 16 to 35mm G Master, there is a vignette. You can actually see the parts of the filter system in frame. So instead of using the Revo Ring, they came up with an adapter ring. Now, of course, the adapter ring isn't really something new. This is something we've used on the H&Y K filter series, as well as many other filter systems. However, this adapter is also magnetic. So whatever the Revo Ring can attach, this adapter ring can also attach. Meaning that this can also take in the bridge ring, as well as the hood, and it can also take the square filter holder. Now, of course, they actually made these in varying sizes. This is the 82mm for the 16-35 G Master and similar sized lenses. There's a 72, there is a 77 and a 67, and I believe there are also even smaller sizes. And in addition to that, they also made adapter rings for lenses with unique mounting mechanisms, such as the Sony 14mm f1.8 G Master and even the Laowa 15mm f4.5 Shift. So there are actually so many ways to use this, or so many different lenses that these are compatible with. Now, aside from these, there is actually another side to the Swift system, which is basically dedicated to video. And I don't really have those, but there are a lot of options that you can, of course, see on their website and on the link down below. Now, after more than a month of testing this system and trying to see the limitations, trying to see the strengths of this product line, I can definitely say that the designers over at H&Y really thought of everything, and they really looked for all the problems that could be encountered and solved them. So off the bat, it's really something impressive because they didn't just make a bunch of accessories, they made an entire system. And basically what you have to do if you're planning to buy this one is figure out exactly how you want to use your filters. Do you want to use square filters? Do you want to use the drop-in filters? Or do you want to use the Vari ND? All these options are available to you. You can tailor fit the Swift system to how you want to use your filters and how convenient you want your process to be. Now, of course, as a disclaimer, I am an H&Y ambassador here in the Philippines, but everything I just told you and everything I've shown in the previous videos are out of my honest opinion. I do think this is a great system, a very intelligent system at that. Now, of course, if you have any questions about the H&Y Swift system, leave them down below in the comment section. I have tried it for quite a bit, so I do think I can answer most of your questions. And of course, if you want to get some for yourself and back the project, then the link down below is there for you. Now, of course, if you've gotten this far into the video, thank you for watching. My name is Nicco Valenzuela. I am a landscape and architectural photographer, and the content on this channel are, of course, about those and the tech surrounding them. So if you are interested in that, then please do click that subscribe button. Thank you for watching.